year. Isn't it harder and harder to find some good opportunities?
There's no question that when you get a sharp move up in a fairly short period of time, for us, it becomes tougher to find obviously inexpensive things. But what we're trying to do in a concentrated fund, we don't need to find a lot of things. We need just a couple of good ideas a year and we'll do just fine. So we just keep our heads down, we keep digging, and we keep looking for one or two decent businesses that we think are run by good people and where the price is right.
We were talking about companies having all this cash on the sidelines. You've got some decent amount of cash, right? You've got about 30% of your holdings in cash right now?
Yeah, it's actually slightly above that, and it's on the high side of what we prefer, but we always have cash. And it's not so much an asset allocation decision for us. It's a function of three things. One is inflows and outflows into our mutual fund. And obviously, lately, there have been more inflows than outflows. Two is the opportunity set we see at any given point in time. And with a market that's up sharply, that's declined a little bit. And third is the idea we always want to have some liquidity, because in a mutual fund structure, it's a wonderful thing if you don't have to sell something cheap when people get emotional at a panicky time. Plus, what most people don't appreciate is the optionality of cash. When people do panic, which happens, in my experience, at least once every 3 or 4 years on Wall Street, since I've been doing this for 30 years, the value of your cash multiplies in terms of what it'll purchase under truly panicky conditions. And we want to act aggressively when that happens.
But you're not seeing that in the near term.
We don't predict it. We just try to prepare for it.
Right.
There are two ways to go about this. You can try and predict the future, or you can prepare yourself to react to what happens.
We'd rather much better if we could all predict it, right? Everyone could retire.
We don't have a great crystal ball, and we think very few people do. So our approach is a little bit different. We're not interested in trying to guess. What we want to do is find a few good investments that can prosper even if the macroeconomic environment is kind of lousy.